we are going to head over to Governor Robert Bentley, who we have on the line to talk about the weather conditions that have been plaguing central Alabama since yesterday. Governor, do we have you?
Yes. How are you, Alex?
How are you? I'm good. Thanks so much for joining us. So I do just want to talk about, obviously, your tweet that you just sent out about motorists on the road. You are really focusing on stranded motorists. We were just talking with Jim Coker just a second ago about this. Talk about how much of a concern this is for you.
Well, of course, y'all have been watching it for several days, and of course, we've been prepared for several days. I declared a state of emergency on Thursday, and we put in place, all of our teams, our National Guard. We activated 300 National Guardsmen, so we have our disaster teams out on the road right now. We are concerned about stranded motorists. Obviously, we want people safe. That's the first thing that we need to be concerned about. And then, of course, these roads are just impassable, as y'all are showing on TV, and people just need to stay off of them. But we have to be able to clear the road. We have to make sure people are safe first, and make sure stranded motorists are taken care of. Then we have to clear the roads, and then we have to treat the roads. And that's the stages in which we will attempt to take care of this situation. Plus, time will help as it warms up some. It may not get out of freezing, above freezing today, but it's still, we have everything in place. It's just going to take some time.
And I know you were saying that the worst road conditions are on I-20 from the Mississippi to the Georgia line, and also I-65 from Clanton to Coleman. Talk about the response that you have in those areas right now.
Well, we have a number of teams that are our disaster teams that are made up of National Guardsmen, have trailers, not trailers, who have wreckers who can clear the roads. We also have our Department of Transportation and ALEA. We have these teams that we have put together, and this came out of the 2014 storms. That we made preparations related to that, and that's what we're using at the present time. And we also have our ALEA helicopters who are flying over the areas to really identify areas of concern. And so we have everyone in place. It's just a matter of getting to the people that are stranded, making sure the roads are clear, and then doing what's necessary to treat what roads we can treat. Some of the roads out in the areas away from the interstate, it'll be a little slower getting those treated, and it may just take time for those to thaw out.
Gotcha.
But a lot of the locals are working on that too.
Absolutely.
A lot of the counties and the cities.
And Governor, we're actually taking a live look at a road here in Birmingham. And I just want to talk to you about, obviously, you're talking about the 2014 storms that we had. How did that better prepare you all for what we're dealing with today?
Well, we had teams in place at that time, but we did not have the teams that we do today. And, of course, we learn from our experiences. And so if we don't learn from past experiences, then they really don't do us any good. So we learned from our experiences that we needed teams of wreckers, somebody that could come out and clear the roads, and not so that the people couldn't be charged for wrecker services. And so we have teams of National Guardsmen. That's why I activated 300 National Guardsmen on Thursday. And these teams are put together. We had them in different areas of the state. But this morning, we're moving everyone. We had most of them in central Alabama, right there along this area that we're seeing. But we're moving everyone to this area now. North, we're moving them south, and then the south, the ones that went to the south, we're moving them north. So these are teams that are made up of guardsmen with wreckers. It's made up of ALEA, our law enforcement agency, and our Department of Transportation. These teams are made up of this, and so that's what we learned from the 2014 storms, and that's what we're using today.
All right. Governor Robert Bentley, thank you so much for joining us.